The Out There channel, Robert and Paul.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Action.
Are we back at the desktop? Oh yes. So how is everybody today? I wasn't going to do a show today, but I saw Third Phase put up something, so I thought I had to do something. First of all, new competition. Competition for February. And I will create a pinned comment where people can post it. I haven't done it yet, but I'll do it at the end of the show. And anyone can access it. So post a comment with your solution under the pinned comment that's going to be added. So we know that you're in it, if it's correct or not as well. But what I'll do is I will put you into a spin the wheel with everyone that's got it correct and see who the lucky winner of $25 US. So the price has gone up since the last one wasn't won, and we'll see how this one goes. Everybody should be able to answer the question. Haven't made it too hard this time. What are the top 3 fraud YouTube channels that I have said lately? Now the answers if out there on my channel, if you have been watching, it should be easy. So post that you want to enter, and can you? We'll see who wins, and then I'll post who won, and I'll spin it again, get a second name and a third name just in case the first person doesn't claim, and they will have to contact me by email to with their PayPal or Shrill account. You can have a Shrill account or a PayPal account. Okay, Shrill's like the new PayPal, because PayPal is bringing out new policies all the time and limited in different countries now. The same old happens, doesn't it? When the big corporations buy out banks. So I really should bring up on the screen those instructions, because I just made it up. So it's embedded. Feb competition. Cash prize. where's the dollar sign gone? $25 US to PayPal or Shrill account. Okay. Question. Post your solution and pin comment. What are Paul's top 3 fraud YouTube channels on ufology? Okay. Should be simple enough. I suppose I could save that just as proof of what I said. And can't put the rest of it in yet, but we'll do that in a minute. So the ping, yeah. Sure. Yep, there's another one on the end. So when's the competition end? I need to put that up too. Ends in 28th of February, is it? All comments correct will go on spin the wheel, and 3 will be picked. First one, winner of his backups. First one, winner of his backups. And the winner has to contact me. Contact me, email or Discord with their details, of course. With details. Okay. So I have to remember to do extra draws there. And that's that part out of the way with, I hope. So you got a few weeks to answer this one, so you got plenty of time to watch all my stuff. Just close that down for the time being. Okay, on to the video in question. We haven't got much time before dinner. So it's only going to be a short one, this one. Okay, third phase. Not fuckface. Fuckface of the moon. Okay, here we go. TR3b. So I will pause it throughout and talk more about it and see what you think.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We got a special report for you. The infamous
TR3b. Just show us the video.
Take a look at this. TR3b.
Okay, so we're going to look for red flags. You may have already spotted one, or a couple. I have. Okay. Should be a few red flags by now. This comes from Jamie Mazan. Who else? Okay, so first of all, what could it be?
So now that we've watched the video, let's look at it a little closer. Captured in...
Okay, so that was the video. So let's go through the red flags. It should be obvious. First one, since we've watched the full video, would be it does nothing special and it doesn't fly off. And they simply stop filming it. So that's red flag number one. That's normally a biggie. Why would you stop filming the lifetime sighting on your phone or whatever? What's the second red flag here? It's flying sideways. I've talked about this before. When people see TR3b in the horizon, it's normally flying like a plane, right? It's not flying on the side, and it's also spinning as well. If it's on the side, it's generally turning and spinning. So we're looking at meant to be looking at a 3D object in a 2D video, right? So we should expect to see a triangle and those lights to be bending, changing directions, right? So this is second red flag, which is quite a big one, I think. So if we go back to the beginning, we're not seeing, what's the next red flag? We're not seeing starlights, we're not seeing moonlight, we're not seeing other lights from the city. It's pretty much a constant silhouette here of darkness. So that's another red flag for me. I probably should be writing them down, shouldn't I? The next one is those lights seem to be like almost copies of each other, right? They look identical no matter how much they zoom in, zoom out and move. They're always identical. Do we always get that? No, because atmospherics, right, alters each of the lights, right? And slight hand movements and stuff. So if the rolling shutters coming this way, we expect one of those to be corrupted while the other ones to be okay, right? So there should be little errors. It's just too perfect. So what could it be? Going through what they're saying it's straight a TR3b. Okay, so you can put that on the list. TR3b, Alien Craft on the list, Black Ops on the list as a TR3b. It could be a kite, an LED kite that someone's flying, but it's not moving very much. It's not turning again, right? And the other possibility is CGI. It's computer generated. With those red flags I pointed out, I would highly say it is computer generated. Also another red flag, we're not seeing lens flare happening, or those bright lights. We should expect to see little specks of light coming out the camera, and I don't think I saw any of that. So let's just play it again and have a good look. Looks similar lights. We'd expect one of those to corrupt and not all be identical with the movement we've got there.
So now that we've watched the video, let's look at it a little closer. Captured in Guatemala just a few days ago. Jaime Maussan asked us
Okay,
to
was
share...
that motion blur consistent? We were getting motion blur consistent on the red light, but not on the white lights. When it moved there should be some... Oh, right, here we go. Well, that still could be done in CGI, though. And again, it still looks cookie-cutty, doesn't it?
So now that we've watched the video, let's look at it a little closer. Captured in Guatemala just a few days ago, Jaime Maussan... asked us to share this with you and get your opinions. What's going on in Guatemala?
You know, he should have experts, video experts, to be able to look at this and run it through their special algorithm software, which I don't have, where they can look at pixels and how the compression of the video should work and see if it's been mucked around
resembles the classic triangular shaped craft that everybody talks about. I'm just wondering if it's legit. It's hard to tell. I'm kind of on the fence on this one, but if it is, this could be smoking gun footage.
See, is it really from Jamie Mason, or was it one of these guys, CGIs that these Brent does? Did Brent send it in as someone to Jamie Mason, hoping it was going to get sent to them? I don't know. I'm really suspicious of these guys producing the CGI themselves.
Footage of the infamous TR3b.
So it looks too constant there. I would have expected some shimmering in some of the lights here.
What's your thoughts here?
To be a real camera. Something doesn't sort of fit right, gut-wise. Here we got to pop it up on the side here. Is it spam? Hey, where you been? You were meant to be popping on for a chat yesterday and you didn't show up. Mr. No minus. Why no minus? Okay, I don't think we'll be able to have a chat. Unless you want to do one after dinner. We can start enough of a live stream up for a chat if you want to do a chat. I'm quite happy to do that. It's Monday here. So, yeah, you reckon it's fake too? There's a lot of red flags there that I pointed out, that TR3bs just don't fly, just hang in the air on the side like that. They would be hovering flat like a platform, because the way those engines would have to be pointed, would have to be down on almost a 90-degree angle to keep that upright, because even though it's a zero mass, it's not quite zero mass. Apparently, it's meant to be 85% reduced mass. I think alien scientist said. He's done a lot of research onto it. That means you're still going to have some gravity pull it down, right? So you're going to still have to have the engines pointed downwards, and we're not seeing any sort of illumination of the shell very much here either. Oh, you're working, are you? That's alright then. I didn't expect you to be working. Wouldn't it be Sunday where you are? It's Monday here, so it should be Sunday there, shouldn't it? Oh, you mean you want to go to bed early? Yeah, I suppose it's possible. Let's grab it. Unfortunately, my thing's disappeared. I have to open up the full screen here. Let's just grab it and run it through some filters. So yeah, it could be a lead kite, UFO, or CGI is my list on this one, and CGI is at the top at the moment. We should get a far away shot too, so we can see the terrain, if any. And the lights are part of the propulsion system in this case, if you know about the TR3b. The corner lights are actually ion plasma engines, I think, that can shoot off the light mass, like a balloon mass, very fast, hypersonic speeds, right? And the red one is something to do with mercury. I'm not sure if mercury would glow red or not. It's meant to be mercury plasma. Let's see, I've not actually looked it up or not. Is the colour of mercury plasma? light blue. Okay. Intense ultraviolet. So it should be at the other spectrum, shouldn't it? So that's why I'm a wee bit doubtful about the claim it's using mercury. When I first heard about the TR3b, it was using two ceramic discs spinning in opposite directions, else it would be unstable, you see. But the problem is just the discs were self-destructive, right, and they wouldn't last very long. And the other problem is it used nuclear power, which is banned worldwide in treaties, so you can't fly this thing around. So if the government did build it and went ahead, someone's head should roll, right? So yeah, so that's the idea of it anyway. It's meant to be it's like a heat event, I guess, of the middle part where the spinning plasma would be mostly here, and the people sit on a dome at the very top or whatever, or a second floor. Anyway, yeah, let's go back here. So that's why I said it's possibly disinformation, TR3b, in that documentary I did. Yeah, I don't want to do that one. I'll just go through your comments in a minute. We just want to analyse this, get it out the way with. We've got 20 minutes left, probably. Okay, let's just bring that down. I haven't got it open here. Damn. Got it on the other screen. Okay. So we've got two snaps. The far away one. Oh no, it looks like the close-up one. Is that the far away one? Oh no, they both look the same. It's a wee bit far away. I suppose that's it. Yeah, let's just run it through some filters, see what we see anyway. Probably just a static backdrop. You'd expect to see in various snapshots, if it's got some dark clouds moving in the sky, that they should be changing. It depends how clever the fakers are, of course. So let's scale up a bit. Let's have a good look. Okay, we've got brightness. Okay. Looks like an edge of a tree line here. So those two images shouldn't be identical, you know. But first of all, we'll just get it to colour swap, which is where we can see the shape of a craft if there is one, and everything else in between. Okay, and that's interesting, isn't it? Because that white colour is two colours of white, two shades of white. So it looks like it's reflecting off a surface here, but we're not getting a really defined shape, are we? Okay. And let me get these funny lines at the bottom too, I'll notice. Why? I don't know. This is a fence here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 6 lines on a fence. That would make sense. But yeah, you can definitely see there is a shape here. So, where's a good one with the clouds? Okay, let's just stick with that one. And load the other one. Actually, we'll get another one. Slightly further on. Slight wobble there. Okay. So we'll just grab it a few frames on and see if anything's changed. Of course, the clouds might not be moving fast enough, which is a problem. There's just not enough in this scene for my liking. What's the furthest shot away we got on this, actually? If you've got a really far away shot, no, it ends there. Which I don't like. Okay, just drag that one down. Let's see if it looks identical, because there was some movement there, so it shouldn't be. Color curves. Okay. Oh. So so it does look like some trees here. Could be a fence going this way. And let's look at. Don't know if it's over the fence here. But hard to tell, isn't it? Could be over the fence, which would be really suspect if it is. And it has actually changed. Look, whatever this is here, being reflected, has changed. It's moved. So it could be a outside filming of some fence and trees, and they've just super added it on, CGI'd it on. So yeah, that's just sort of make it a bit more complicated because it is changing. And the tree here, blocks changed. Yeah, that's what we do here. We on this, I have to make you a moderator for those spammers. If you can help me out there, you're now a moderator, and just click on the three dots. I'll do this one in case more come up. Click on the three dots, and then you go reports, and choose the top one, spam. And just hit report again, and then it'll say OK, and then it gets rid of it. So just keep an eye on those for us. I will go over the comments quickly. Whereabouts were we? Can't be. I am proposing, can't think of how much mess you would have to be expelling. But well, if it's almost light as a feather, right? It's 85% reduced in weight, including the passengers. Iron engines with a nuclear engine, got to remember this is being powered by nuclear. I think there'd be ample irons being pushed down just to keep that maintained. Especially if there's iron plasma, because as you get up out the atmosphere, you have to switch over to just iron engines only. This will probably be like a 0.1% iron plasma, where it's using oxygen and stuff in the air and causing it to be a plasma. That's why it's sort of super bright, looks like orbs. That's my theory behind it anyway. But they may have some other variations and motors, of course, that use electricity only. Plasma engines need electricity to make the plasma. They would have to carry so much fuel with them. No. Nuclear engine on it. It runs for 10 years or whatever. Just my opinion. This is more analysis in third phase. Yep. Okay. So let's carry on. So obviously there's a real image in the background happening, but there's so many red flags that this has been added into the imagery. So let's just go back to this one. The lights look too cookie cutted, and when they moved, they all seem to look identical as well, and the motion blurriness, and there was no roll and shutter corruption in it either. So my gut feel that CGI is still top of the list there. And if we go to curves again, and let's have a play around with it, you can see there's not much colour range here. Yeah, definitely looks like it's over the fence wires to me. I'm not seeing it go through that light beam. This should be cutting through, shouldn't it? Maybe that's a mistake on their part. It looks like fence wires, and it's in front of it. Unless it's a compression artifact thing I've not seen before. Occurs at the bottom of the video for some reason. It's kind of strange if it is. It should be more like the sky here, right? It shouldn't go into these lines. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So it's got to be something physical there that we're not quite seeing. And that's reflecting starlight. You can see it's not consistent. It's definitely trees there, isn't it? Looks low down to be a stupid TR3 just hanging there. Sideways. Should be more horizontal, right? So there's just too many red flags for this to be a real thing. The only way anything that flies like that is a kite, a lead kite, and that should be moving a lot more, flying around here like a kite would be with the breeze, right? And it ends, it doesn't fly off, so that's the killer red flag right there. Why would you send in just the front of your video and not actually show a couple of steps of it flying off, you know? And it's quite understandable they don't want to send the full footage in, but they could say it's been edited and this part is where it flies off. So they've always got the full video they could copyright, right? They wouldn't give it to third phase to make all the money off it. They just want the publicity to start with. So yeah. And we had another one just to look at. Let's just try that one again. Open. And that was where it zoomed in a bit. Let's see if we can see more of the structure. And still got the lines there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still 6, isn't it? Could it be the editing or something on their video that I'm missing? It's down here, isn't it? Is there something on there that I'm missing? Can't see it, but I can actually see little black lines going across myself just by looking at it here. It does look like it's got trees and sort of like that lines going across. Could be power cables, but it looks more like a fence line for cattle. So that one there, we have to see if more information comes out on it. But yeah, can we see the structure of the craft even closer up? Not really well. Now we can see the light's a reflection of something, but it's not forming. See, I would expect if those lights were that bright, that would see more of the craft. You know how people talk about seeing pipes and all that on TR3s? So, yeah, it doesn't fit that either, does it? It could be even a triangle cutout, right? And someone's put LED lights on it, stamped it into the ground near the fence there, started filming it. It could be something like that. Maybe it might not even be CGI. But the thing is, the lights, way the camera was moving, there wasn't enough corruption in it for me to be happy that it's legit. But maybe I'm wrong. I probably need the real video and break it down frame by frame and watch it frame by frame and look for errors, right? But we don't have that privilege.
Analysis on this video. As we get a closer look, again, Brent noticed that it kind of has this vertical right to left pattern in motion here.
It has like a artificial shape, doesn't it, that you can put with CGI stuff. Okay, we still can't see the wire cutting it there, right, when they zoomed in. And you can see those ones look normal, but that one looks like a laser pointer. See how it's sort of stretched out there, and those ones haven't stretched. If it's stretched, you'd expect the other ones to stretch with motion.
Here, so
there's something not right there. This one in the middle is changing, but these ones are not.
it seems that it locks
So it looks like this is actually maybe moving as well. Maybe the
up
red light's
pretty
moving.
accurately.
But the red laser might be going up and down, up and down.
Now, let's take it out to Richard from GoofOn. He did some background research on Third Phase of Moon archives, and
Well, you wouldn't have solved that one. We know that much. So yeah, normally I'd probably wrap it up about now on that one. So everything's out there now on that. But we'll have a look at the stuff at the end here too. Newton's third law, dude. That looks so fake. Where is it backlit? Yeah, it should be, you know, there should be some more ambient light, I would have thought, you know. And the filters should have brought it out. The darker where the triangle is, that's opposite of what it would be. Yeah, it should be more lighter, shouldn't it? It's definitely CGI in my book, anyway. But we'll see if I'm wrong. It's out there now. I wouldn't say it's a Black Ops craft whatsoever. So let's see what other stuff they got here. It's probably stuff we debunked in previous live shows. Okay, that was that. What I said was a parachuted, maybe a red LED balloon floating in the sky. I wasn't sure whether it was a red flare on a parachute far away, but he's filming it through trees, right? Because you can see the black lines of the branches. The trees are right close to him, and you can't see them. but you can see various trees now. Motion blur. So he's filming it for legit, that one. So that's what I was talking about here. You can see the smudging of the lights were the same as what was up here. And that wasn't in the TR3b one. Yeah, so he's filming through trees here, but it's out of focus. And the trees are right in front of him, and he's filming it through branches. But what it is, we can't really tell. It's just a light in the sky on a crappy phone, being going behind trees. There we can see some trees here now, and power lines. What looks like. Looks like it hasn't gone between, in front of, behind trees.
So let's do a side-by-side comparison of the phenomenon.
Okay, there you can see it going through tree
are on
branches.
the rise, and what we're looking at, in my opinion, is unexplainable. This isn't some blurry object or a star.
Yeah, so we covered that one before. Next one.
The background behind.
I can't say it's a drone. It looks nothing like a drone's lights. Is it? Is it? You think if that was a light on a drone, you would see the drone. Now it looks like it stopped right there. And then it takes off a little bit. I don't know if that's parallaxing from them walking or what, but it looks like it stopped for a second. Now, obviously, if this is in space, like a satellite, then that thing would be absolutely enormous. It would be 1,000 miles across, I don't know. It would be huge, though. But that looks like it's in our atmosphere.
It's in the atmosphere. You can see atmospherics flicking right there. But that could also represent a flare burning far away.
I gotta be honest, I've never seen anything like it.
And you can see the branches coming through this here.
You can see how the light is bleeding off of it to the left. It's very consistent with everything else that's...
It could even be street wires cutting it from telephone posts as well.
Yeah,
it's a bit hard to tell because it's moving in. You'd have to, again, rip all that into individual frames and do some enhancements on each of the frames to see where the trees and wires are. But yeah, I don't think it's a UFO. It's not doing anything amazing. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is the helicopter one again, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so this one I said was most likely CGI, or they're towing a border control blimp. That's or relocating it back to location. Obviously, it's gone to the repair shop or something. But because the reason was both of these helicopters were on the radar map, and this one wasn't, which wouldn't make any sense to me. But since looking at it again, if you look at the spotlight that's on the ground here, this thing enters into this dense cloud cover. I didn't notice, but the spotlight down here should also dim, and it doesn't. So just have a watch of that, and you can see that then puts it up again to most likely CGI. Let's watch it down there. It's constant, isn't it? Did I miss anything?
He's in too.
I'll just go going. Is it constant? On the ground. We're on the ground. They're not factors on the ground. There's where Roger said, because you see the beam of light gets broken up. Oh, here we go. I think it's just a CGI effect. No, it doesn't break up at all there, does it? I think that's the error. So, I think that one's CGI too now. That slight error there. And of course, only two helicopters on the map.
You can see a spotlight on the ground. You see that?
Yep.
Is that coming? It is. It's got to be coming.
See how it's sort of the cloud, you could see the beam, and they moved it almost upwards, pointing forward again. But that spotlight on the ground doesn't remain constant, and there's no way the same light density through that cloud would be the same on the ground. So it's got to be CGI. They made a mistake.
Coming from that center one. So is that a spotlight?
You notice I ran it through several filters this one when we analysed it, and we didn't see any defined shape of a helicopter. But there maybe was a hint of a sort of like a banana shape, which would suggest a blimp.
From a helicopter. And why would they have on, or is that the UFO? But if they were using a spotlight and aiming it at the ground, was it to distort?
Should have been down all the time because it was always pointing downwards.
Maybe when you're on the ground and looking straight up at it, you can see the details of the craft. So maybe that's what they're doing. They're shining a light to see. So this guy's not doing any analysis. He's just talking crap. He's not pointing out anything like I'm doing here. So there's no point in listening to him. And this one, I think, was the plane contrail creating the effect of something going into the sun, right?
What's going on? We're getting some close-up shots of the anomalies. What
so we done that one
on
too.
Here? It's very bizarre.
Just repeating the same garbage.
Close-up shot. I'm slowing it down just a bit. You can see this plasmic UFO enter the sun and whip out on the other side. It's very bizarre because this doesn't look like.
Again, this is really bad sky watching where they're not using the apps side by side to show you what's in the sky at the time. And you also need to look at least 200 miles back on those tracking apps. Because you can be surprised how far you can see a plane, especially in certain light situations, especially aiming at the sun. Your eyes can see a plane lights up to 100 kilometers, I think it is. So a camera can see a lot better than us. So these are just planes flying in front of the thing, and it causes a bleeding effect because of how the sensor works. So yeah, we're pretty much done here. So that's that video totally debunked as far as I'm concerned. There's more garbage, right? So what's this guy?
I happened to be looking at this video and I saw something that was really unusual. So I sent it to you guys. I figured you guys could use it. And I'd just like to get your opinion
Make
on
money
it,
off
see what
it.
you think about it. Anyway, thanks guys. I love your show.
Okay, spelt wrong. I'm not the only one that does spelling mistakes. So here you go, report that spam here. Unwanted commercial spam. Okay, let's see, get rid of it. So yeah, we got a few people dropping. Who we got out there still? Hey, who was it now? That's you doing all the talking there, Nom. Right, that one there. I think it is it? So we had a couple of posts there. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up the episode, guys. Just in summary, front bit of the video, got a competition. We'll be set up a pinned comment once I end it here, where you can post your responses. What is Paul's top 3 YouTube UFO channels, and put it in order from the top one to the third one, and you can go into the draw for winning $25 if you want it. You can still do your competition and post in the comment that you don't want to be included in Spin the Wheel if you want to. Comment. So yeah, and then we looked at the TR3b in detail there, and then skimmed over the last part of that video here. But I gotta go because dinner is up.
Incredible sighting over the Channel Islands. A low flying.
Okay, so this is one of these ones where it could be Fata Morgana or False Horizon. It looks like it might be a different colour tone going right through there. Where that could be a boat on the other side of the island. I think that's again a repeat that we've already looked at. So yeah, we'll just finish up with those third face misinformation, disinformation guys. And I'll say goodnight now and see you again in the future, I guess. I got a dash. Thanks for joining us there, Nom. And hopefully you can come on and chat sometime. Let me know in Discord when you want to do that. Told you it was going to be a quick one. Everyone complains mine are too long. You got to join our Discord UFO group if you want to send the link. See the pinned comment for all the links to my stuff, and one of them is Discord, where you can just Discord chat and join the UFO group we've got going. And you better send in material and talk about UFOs there. Good night.